What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on some statements that Cari Champion made about Caitlin Clark, right? And she basically is calling out Caitlin Clark for her poor behavior, and she's saying that Caitlin Clark, because like she's getting special privilege, right? Now, this to me, I don't know. Some people feel like she is, some people feel like she's not. But the thing is, to me, I think it should be more about basketball and the play on the court. WNBA basketball to me is just a bunch of drama. Instead of them trying to sell the performance on the court, they're more so just, like they're going to different storylines, and uh it's almost like a reality show. And so Cari Champion made these statements. Jason Whitlock reacted to the statements. And so what I want to do is I'm going to play the audio from Jason Whitlock's show. And then I want to come back and give my input on what Jason Whitlock had to say.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. But Cari Champion, the former ESPN broadcaster, this is how much of the crazy train I'm on. I got to defend Cari Champion today. You know how uncomfortable that is for me? Although Cari is a very attractive lady. But you know how uncomfortable it is for me to have to defend Cari Champion, one of these nut job feminists?
You said Black women appear more aggressive, but it's because of our circumstance. But because y'all don't even take that into consideration, we just angry. So then we stay angry.
Her criticism of Caitlin Clark yesterday that went viral and everybody's going crazy and saying like she's done something inappropriate, and her and Jamel Hill, they're racist and blah, blah, blah. No, they're the wrong messenger. But they're authoring, speaking something truthful. Let's play the Cari Champion clip.
But the more we get to catch these glimpses of Caitlin Clark, I'm like, ooh, I don't like you. Ooh. But the way that you behave, this entitlement that you behave, the way that you were talking to your coaches you and Sophie, you enjoy that, right? Ooh. If that's what you two decide to do, or if that's what you specifically, Caitlin, decide to do, then let it be, because we coming at you just the same way we would come at anybody else. And our fans need to recognize that.
Keep that same energy.
All right, so now I did see Caitlin Clark have like a little disagreement, or maybe some people might want to call it an argument with one of the coaches, right? And I didn't really think too much of it, because I've seen that happen with in basketball and also in football, and like in the heat of competition, I think things get said, right? But I have noticed, even when Caitlin Clark was in college, that she do like to chirp at the referees a lot. She and so some. Now I think I keep it. What's the guy named Jason Whitlock just said? Like keep that same energy when you're talking about other young ladies around the league, and I think it is that way with Angel Reese catch a lot of flack for some of the things that she say and do. Asia Wilson catch flack for some of the things she say and do. So I don't know if he's responding to her specifically, Cari Champion, to keep that same energy. But I do see people go at Angel Reese and other players in the league, right? So, it is what it is. Let me see what.
When it comes to Angel Reese and a lot of these black feminist queens in the WNBA, because they're just as crazy.
Don't you know I'm local?
And what Cari Champion is speaking against is the Caitlin cult, which I'm a part of. And I know many of you think I'm a sellout and you're upset that I'm saying this. But Caitlin Clark behaves poorly on the court. I want to show you last night when I knew. This is when I knew. This is in the first quarter. I think maybe 4 minutes left in the first quarter. And that's when I was like, oh, Houston, there's a problem tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems.
Did you see? It's just a little small thing. But I want you to look at it. Looks at the ref, yells at him. That's crazy. She tried to draw a foul. There was no foul. And then you turn to the refs and yell and scream at them like they've done something wrong. This has been going on her entire career in the WNBA, and it was there in college. If you remember, her daddy had to tell her, hey, shut up and cut it out. This has been going on since college, and this is what Cari Champion is pointing out. And I've been pointing it out. Her dad's been pointing it out. People that care about her.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knew this about Caitlin Clark, and I do remember that incident where her father was sitting in the stands, and she was Caitlin Clark was complaining to the refs about a call that she didn't get, and her father just just told her to shut up and play basketball, right? Some people, and I'm not making excuses because I don't make excuses for Angel Reese or Asia Wilson. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not used to this type of like back in the day. I can't recall Cynthia Cooper, doing this, but this is what this is what kids do today. They cry and complain to the refs. I couldn't recall, who else? Cheryl Swoops. I don't know that she used to do that. Donna Taurasi, but this is a different generation. So, I mean, she do complain to the refs a lot.
Have been pointing it out. And this is why we have to come to grips with, hey, man, she's somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah, so I was like awkwardly kind of waiting for a second, and I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to go for it. They can adjust.
She has acknowledged that she has some mental issues as it relates to injuries, and anybody that watched her realized she got some self-control issues. We may end up at some point having a Caitlin Clark fatigue video.
I can't do this anymore, man. My head's about to explode.
And Cari Champion, wrong messenger, because she's not a good person and she's a racial idolater, and she won't apply what she just said about Caitlin Clark. She won't apply it to Angel Reese and some of these black players that got the exact same issues.
I've been attacked so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Cari, what's her name? Cari Champion says about Angel Reese or any of the other players. I'm just addressing this issue right here, right? Now I do agree that it should be fair across the board. He should, she should keep that same energy with everybody that she feel like is exhibiting poor behavior and playing in a way that that don't make them look good or don't make the game look good. But I don't think the Cari Champion statements are wrong either, though. So, and nor do I think that she's the wrong person to make these statements, because I mean, if that's the way she feel, then that's the way she feel.
Threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And
unfortunately, I watch the WNBA. And I see the craziness everywhere. And I see the mentally weak people. I see people like Angel Reese, who's made no progress and plays a very dumb brand of basketball. Always trying to force her offense when she has no offensive skills. But Cari Champion won't touch that because there's some blowback and danger to that. But this problem is pervasive. They lose 90-88 last night, 3 of 12 shooting, 5 turnovers, 2 horrendous turnovers late in the fourth quarter, and they treated her like James Harden on the defensive end. They isolated her, went right at her, and what's Burton's first name? I don't know. It's another play. Veronica Burton turned her into a superstar last night, plus several other players. Do we have the clip? I'm sorry.
Now, I have noticed, like, this was the Valkyries that the Indiana Fever played, right? And not just with the Valkyries, but some teams are starting now to like isolate her, like Jason Whitlock said, right? But I just think that she just need to tighten up on her defense. I remember they used to try to isolate Steph Curry, and some, throughout his career they tried to do that. People do that sometimes with guards. So I don't know. I just don't think that her defense is that poor, whereas though, and she's slow or she can't really correct it. She really do need to tighten up on her defense though, but I'm just surprised that she got off to a good start and now they're not looking like I thought they was going to look.
I'll play the clip of let's play SOT 3 where Kara Lawson pointed this out.
This is something that Golden State tried to do in Indiana as ISO Caitlin. It's something that a lot of teams do, right? One-on-one defensively. If you put her on an island, Williams with the athleticism and takes it right to the rim for a layup. Tiffany Hayes.
That went on all last night.
Yeah, and see the thing that now what I feel about this, if somebody try to isolate you all game long, then a change has to be made. You got to do something. You either you could deny them the ball, you give them a foul or something. You got to put up more effort than everybody don't have the foot speed, or to be able to stay in front of somebody like that. So there's things you can do though. So I don't know. I don't think the Cari champion and what's the other young lady? I don't think that they're the wrong messenger. I just think that if that's the way they feel about Caitlin Clark, then they can be able to express their feelings. So that's the way I feel about it. That's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'm going to check you all out in the next video. Peace.